Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're building a community lot. I know, right? I'm building a community lot. This is new. I have not done this in a very, very long time, and I don't even remember the last time I did it, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I was just... Oh yeah, I got in the zone, y'all. I got in the zone. So this was actually a suggestion left by someone. I'm trying to find the comment now, but it's gonna take me a second, just saying. Let me scroll through here really quickly. But I built a Witchy Cafe, and this was actually a suggestion left by Raphael. I think that's how you say your name. I'm not gonna pretend to, I'm not gonna try to attempt to say your other last names and stuff. I don't want to mess it up, but you know what I mean. But yeah, shout out to Raphael. Thank you for this suggestion. I usually don't like doing community lots that much, at all. It's normally not something that I vibe with. But this is a cafe, and it's witchy, so I got in the zone. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I have this idea in my head what it can look like, and I really, really love it, y'all. I'm very, very happy with this build. I spent a couple of hours on it last night. I was just in the mood to build something anyway, and I saw that suggestion. I was like, yes, that's perfect. But anyways, you can find this on the gallery. All you have to do is search for my username, lukeydean, and the hashtag Lukey. So you'll be able to find that there. It doesn't have any custom content whatsoever. I don't really use CC in my game anymore. I have just kind of gotten overwhelmed with it, and I might use CC again in the future, but it's something that I just I don't know if I need right now. So... But yeah, it's actually a really cool cafe. So I imagined that a witch owns this cafe, and they also live upstairs. So the downstairs is the cafe where, they serve their patrons, and they serve all sorts of, maybe they serve magical coffee and tea. It's got it's got some magical stuff in it. I was gonna try to be all articulate with my words there, but you know what I mean, right? Maybe they have some, something imbued in the brew itself. Oh my god, that would have been such a good name for this cafe. I just named it the Witchy Cafe, which sounds adorable, but it would have been so cute to call it the Witch's Brew Cafe. Ooh, that's what I'm going to call it. That's what it's going to be called, y'all. So, yeah, it's the Witchy Brew Cafe, or Witch's Brew Cafe. Yeah, anyways, also really quickly, I did do a little thing on my channel recently. I updated my name of my channel name and my banner and everything. This is actually what I used to have my channel named a long time ago. It's been quite a while actually since I changed it to Lukey Lupin, but I reverted back to just Lukey. And I also hope you all like the new thumbnail style. I actually have had a lot of fun making my thumbnails now. I have been playing around with effects and stuff and text and everything, but I never really was happy with using text in my thumbnails. But this is so boring, I know, but listen, this just intrigues me. But I have actually been using my tablet, which is, a drawing tablet for my computer. I've been using that to write the text instead, and it works out so much nicer. But anyways, that's probably not at all interesting to you, but it is to me. So, but anyways, I added a very, very tall chimney here. I just thought, hey, this is a witchy cafe. There's gonna need to be at least one fireplace. Minimum, it has to be. It's just a law. So I put in the fireplace from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. It's that one brick one that it's kind of my favorite one, and I kind of use it only. There's not any other fireplaces that I like as much as that one. It fits in so many of my traditional witchy, quirky, dark academia builds. It's nice. But I love the little dormers. This is actually a 3-floor house, or building. So the first floor is where the cafe is. The second floor is the main living space for the sim that would own this place, and then the upstairs, like the very, very top, like attic space, is more like storage. There's like a little knitting knitting section. No, there's like a little knitting corner that they have. You know, they just kind of have that as some extra space. If you download this and you know, maybe play with it, you might be able to use it for something. I don't really know. Like, this probably would be more of a restaurant than a cafe, but I just made it a cafe just so that it would be a little bit useful. Who knows? But I'm not sure. I don't play The Sims very much, as much as I should, aside from building, so you know. But anyways, thank you all so much for the kind comments on my last video. I uploaded a video for a cottage witch, like a speed build for a cottage witch, and I was, you know, nervous but also excited to upload that because I was like, are people gonna really like me doing like witchy builds? I wasn't sure, but y'all really liked it, and you know, thank you for that. Like, I honestly have found that this is my favorite thing to build, is like witchy, quirky builds. And right now, speaking of the build, right now it's going through a little bit of a phase. I'm trying to figure out the style that I want to go for, and I really loved this combination of these two vampire wood floorings. So from the vampire game pack, there's like 2 wood floorings it comes with, and that one, it's like a tile almost, but it's wood. And I never really know how to use it because it's very busy, and if you do the whole flooring with it, it's too much. And you can also use it as a border, I guess, but in this case I used it like a checkerboard style, I guess, with the other wood flooring, and it looks really cool. I don't know, I really like this, so I'm definitely going to try this again in some more future builds. And I used these bar height like tables from the university pack. I actually stupidly did not realize that we did get one with Realm of Magic that would have been perfect with those bar stools, but I really liked these though. Like, if you look closer, you can kind of see some wear and tear to the tables a bit, like the wood of the tables a bit, and I thought that just added a little bit of an effect. I don't know, because the ones from Realm of Magic are very smooth and simple and kind of heavily patterned with some of the swatches, but these just look simple and nice, and I think they look really good. And oh, this is where it starts to look cute, y'all. I'm like obsessed with it. I grew obsessed with it here. I was like, ooh, I see the green. I used some flower boxes that were supposed to be from the exterior, but I brought them inside, thought they looked really nice, and unfortunately this big circular window I do have to get rid of because I totally forgot to add a bathroom. I was looking through the requirements on the side of the screen there, and I was like, oh, I need to put a toilet, and it has to be a working toilet for the patrons. So I just added one in there, and it fit perfect. I just added 2 little bathrooms. That's all your Sims are going to need, I can imagine, hopefully. But yeah, it's nice. It's a really cute little place. I think it's nice and cozy and simple. I've never really built a community lot like this before. Like, I'm pretty sure I've done a couple in the past, but it's been a very, very long time, so I'm not really an expert at this. So if this isn't like super functional, I'm sorry about that. I just wanted to build something cute. Like, that's usually how it is with my builds, let's be real. But yeah, I really fell in love with this place, and it definitely made me realize that, hey, this is what I like. This is the style, this is the approach, this is the aesthetic that I live for. So, but yeah, anyways, so I actually made the upstairs accessible via a ladder. I thought that made more sense just because, you know, there's not going to be very many people going up and down that, you know, hypothetically. There's not going to be very many Sims going up and down the stairs to get to the, you know, the upstairs, because it's just for one Sim. So I just decided I'll just make it a ladder. That way it's simple and it doesn't take up too much space. Love the ladders. Definitely 10 out of 10. Glad they added those into the game. But anyways, here is the add-on bathroom here, and I just kept them very, very simple. Just a, you know, toilet and a a toilet and a sink. They are obviously not gendered because gendered bathrooms are stupid. I'm not saying they're not necessarily, but I think that in this case, it would be silly to gender them because I'm like, they're just bathrooms. Like, there's one person going to be in them at a time. Like, why gender them? So they're just bathrooms. They're just there. And my phone is beeping. Anyway, also the curtains here. I use these curtains from the luxury party stuff pack. No, that is not what I use it from. Those are from the vintage glamour stuff pack. Oh my god, those are no, we don't talk about luxury party. But no, these are from the vintage glamour stuff pack, and they are really nice. Like, I already loved these enough, but this one swatch, it's like kind of an off-white, kind of grayish tone. It's like the mix between those two colors, and it fit perfectly in this build for some reason. Like, with all the rich browns and wood tones and greens and stuff, it was like a nice just balance, and it worked with the wallpaper really well too. So I don't know, it's just nice. I mean, I had already known about those curtains being super nice, but I don't know, I kind of just I got excited. But also I used those they're not candelabras, that's not what you call them, but they're like little candle holders, like candle sconces, if you will. Those are from the Vampire game pack. I absolutely love those. I've used those in the past in my builds, and I was like, I have to put these in here. These are my favorite. I just cluttered up the mantelpiece here a little bit. I kind of imagined that this was like a coffee shop, but they also, like, maybe they, had a bunch of like potion recipes in the bookshelf, and their patrons were, free to, look through them and copy them down and make alterations, stuff like that. Like, I don't know, like I'm just developing this like universe in my head with the magical Sims of the, Sims 4 community or whatever. I don't know. I can just imagine that, there's a lot of like very good, witches and wizards out there, and, there's not really any evil ones. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? But I very much have a lot of ideas for some witchy themed builds. So if y'all have any more suggestions, please leave them in the comments. They're very welcome, at least when it comes to witchy builds. I have an idea that I'd like to build a vampire witch house. Not necessarily like where a sim is a vampire and a witch, but I would like to make like a house for a couple where one of them is a witch and one of them is a vampire, and they're just two people just trying to make it in the world, and they're kind of going through a lot because they've got the vampirism and the magical stuff and all that, but I would very much like to play around with that and just see what I can make up with that idea in mind. But anyways, here I am moving on to the exterior. I just placed some tables with umbrellas, as you can see there, just for the exterior, just so that there's some more space to sit and actually have your coffee. It's very, very nice. It's very pretty, I think. I used these stairs and the tiles from the Jungle Adventure pack. They fit really, really well with this build for some reason. I really love those Jungle Adventure stairs for some reason. I use them in like every single build anymore. Like, they're just a nice, dark, kind of earthy stone. So, and they're not like brick or like that one from Seasons is nice, but it doesn't have like a really dark swatch like this, and I don't know, it just fits right. But I also used, as you can see, those little tiles with the llama heads on them as like little decor like tiles here and there. I just thought that was cute. I don't know, I just saw them, I was like, I want to use those are funny. Even though it's very much supposed to be like for the Jungle Adventure pack, I thought it fit really well here. But and I went around the place and added some planters with that low-lying wall from the base game, and these trees here, these are those like dead-looking trees with the lights on them. Those are actually, I believe they're from that holiday pack that was released for free. They're very pretty. I just love using them in general, just like as normal trees. And here I am finding that Realm of Magic bar height like table, and I was like, should I just swap them out? And I was like, no. But I will place them out here just so that there's some additional seating. In hindsight, I kind of wish that I would have taken this and just put some benches and some flowers and stuff instead. But for some reason, I just was like not thinking as clearly. I was actually watching my good friend Tanya over on Miss Griffey. She was actually streaming, and I was watching her stream while building this, and it was very much a nice, like, it was a nice little like distraction so that I could get through this build, and I got through it pretty quickly. I didn't really stop. But also these windows. Y'all, these windows here that I just used in this floor, they are from the Vampire Game Pack, and I never know how to use them, and I'm never sure. I'm like, what do I use them for? What do I do with these? And I figured it out. Obviously, this part goes on the inside, but because you can see like the latch to where they get opened and everything. And I'm pretty sure they are supposed to work with that paneling as well from the Vampire Game Pack, but I didn't use that here. In hindsight, it would have looked really nice if I did, but this floral wallpaper kind of looks fun and, you know, vintage and witchy. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use this. But yeah, and that bed there is also from the Vampire Game Pack. It's so nice. I love this bed. I love the bedspread and how grand it is and everything. Yeah, I just kind of slowly build this up here. I just kind of left it all as one big open room, but then as I kind of worked with it, I added more walls just to make it make sense. And honestly, y'all, I love the upstairs. It's so nice. It's so cute and charming and cozy, and it's kind of steampunky in a way. Like, not quite, but it's got like a steampunky kind of industrial feel at the same time, like very slightly. That could just be me projecting or something. I don't know. I can't speak, y'all. It's early. I'm just having a day. Like, I got up this morning and I was like, oh no, I need to be up and I need to leave for work in a couple of hours. I also want to get a video done, and then I got to go to work for 8 hours. I'm going to try to get through this day because I get tomorrow off, and I'm going to do some more video work tomorrow. Anyways, but yeah, I kind of just imagine that the sim kind of just lived alone, and maybe they have, like, you know, guests, you know, maybe they have, you know, some, you know, friends come over once in a while, but I mean that in like a romantic kind of kind of way, but yeah, like maybe they just have, you know, acquaintances that they have visit them once in a while, but they're, you know, they largely live alone. They have a cat. I did put a scratching post and a litter box just somewhere. I don't think that they would need anything else besides that in a food bowl. I don't know. I'm not sure. Pretty sure that they could survive by just like sleeping on the beds and the couches and the chairs and the refrigerators and stuff, but yeah, and I could have made this place a little witchier, not gonna lie. I should have put some bottles around and stuff, but I don't know, I was just in this zone, and I just forgot, I guess. But I did put a grandfather clock. That is from the Vampire Game Pack also. How many times am I gonna say Vampire Game Pack in this speed build alone? Let me know. Take a drink of water every time I do, because I'm going to say it multiple times, because that lamp is also from that pack as well. And yeah, it's just a nice build. I was really happy with this in the end. It's definitely something different than what I've been building for a while. And yeah, because, you know, I got in this rut where I kept looking at what other people were uploading and what other people were creating here on YouTube, and I kept thinking, oh, if I do that, then I'll get views. And I just kept telling myself that, which is silly because I wasn't enjoying those builds. For one, the views aren't that important to me, and then also, you know, the truth is that it's just not my vibe. It's not my desire to build, you know, 1 million, you know, suburban homes in The Sims 4. Like, no shade at all to other YouTubers by any means, but it's just not for me. And these kind of witchy, you know, eclectic, you know, quirky builds like these, they're what I love because they have a lot of character, they have a lot of story in them. You can just like see them and just like imagine a story and an aesthetic. Like, it's like a combination of Studio Ghibli and Practical Magic, a little bit of Harry Potter sprinkled in there, you know, I don't know what else, to be honest, but it's just got that atmosphere that I really enjoy. I definitely feel like this has kind of got some Studio Ghibli like feels to it. I just thought of that. Somebody actually recommended that I do a Studio Ghibli inspired build, and I definitely need to do that. I haven't seen too many of those films, but the few that I have, I've cried a lot watching them. So especially Spirited Away, I somewhat recently watched that. It was a couple months ago. I was kind of going through something, I'm not gonna lie. It was during quarantine. I was kind of going through a little bit of an emotional time. You know, boys. But I watched that. I woke up, or I was too like in my own head one night, and so I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch this movie to get myself out of this. Did I end up crying my eyes out afterwards? Still, yes. But it was a good cry. It was a nice cry because it was just Spirited Away, so good. Definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it already. Howl's Moving Castle is also my favorite Studio Ghibli film so far. I love that one so much. It's so strange and wonderful, but Spirited Away, it's great. But anyway, here's the screenshots. Oh no, I totally got on a tangent, but I hope you all are drinking your water today and taking care of yourselves. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through, no limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.